What percent of fresh water is fit for human use? Good job. Your answer 1% works well here. Which of the following type of resources is water? Excellent. Cyclic resources is a brilliant choice. Dash is the biggest source of water on the earth. Nice selection. Ocean is the correct and valid answer. What percentage of water on Earth is freshwater? Well reasoned. 3% is the correct choice, which does not impact the infiltration of water. Well picked. Amount of pollution in a nearby stream is the correct answer. What kind of water is not appropriate for usage? Right choice. Saline water is the best answer. A technique of storing rainwater is called dash. Great thinking. Rainwater harvesting is the right choice. When water changes form from a liquid to a gas. Nice work. You chose evaporation and it is correct. Water covers nearly dash of the Earth's surface. Correct response. 3/4 is the most accurate answer. Water that seeps into the soil may become dash. Sharp thinking. Groundwater is the right choice. In cities, water reaches the house though dash. Strong choice. Tap is the right answer. The total useful water resources of India are. You got it? Your choice 1122 cubic km is right. The electricity produced by dam is called dash. Clear logic. Your choice hydroelectricity is sound and 100% true. What is the driving force of the water cycle? Exactly. Heat from the sun makes sense, and it is right choice. A body of water found beneath Earth's surface. Solid response. Groundwater is a valid choice. Water that collects under the ground is dash. Great job. Groundwater is the accurate answer. Name the largest freshwater lake in India. You chose Kolleru, and it is correct. Overuse of water for irrigation may lead to. Smart move. Lowering of groundwater level is an accurate answer. On which day World Water Day is celebrated? Perfect 22 March is the correct choice. The major source of fresh water in India is. Good thinking. Groundwater is the right answer. Effects of overutilization of groundwater. Excellent choice. All of the above is the right answer. Ideal range of TEEDs in drinking water in ppm. Valid point. 300-500 is true. Why is water resource management important? Smart pick. To ensure a sustainable supply of water is the correct choice. The surface of a layer of saturated ground. Nicely done. Water table is a solid answer. A region of land that drains into a river. On track. Watershed is the correct answer, which is an example of a natural resource. Right again. All of the above is a valid answer. What are the main sources of surface water? You're right. All of the above is the correct answer. Where most fresh water is stored is in dash. Correct. Glaciers is the right answer. Where is filtered clean water supplied to? Bravo, homes, schools, offices, etc. is the answer.
When water changes from a gas to a liquid.
Well done. Condensation is the right choice.
The planet is covered with dash of water.
Right again. 75% is a valid answer.
Which states use groundwater very rarely?
Clear logic. Your choice, Kerala, is sound and 100% true. Chipko movement started for protection of. Well picked. Forest is the correct answer.
Surface water becomes groundwater when it...
Great job. Percolates into the recharge zone is the accurate answer.
Water from dams is directed through dash.
Nice work. You chose canals, and it is correct.
Majority of fresh water is used for dash.
Sharp thinking. Agriculture is the right choice.
Recycling of water in nature is known as.
Excellent. Hydrological cycle is a brilliant choice.
Which crops require a high amount of water?
Well reasoned. Rice is the correct choice. An example of underground water resource. Exactly. Tube well makes sense, and it is right choice. Ancient ways to manage water resources. Solid response. All of these is a valid choice. Community lands are also known as this. You're right. Common property resources is the correct answer. Dash are the causes of climate change. Good job. Your answer all the given options works well here. Where 97% of Earth's water is stored. Well done. Seawater is the right choice.
Water is a renewable resource because.
Right choice. It is renewed and recharged through hydrological cycle is the best answer. Which is not a source of fresh water? Smart move. Oceans is an accurate answer. How is fresh water used in industry? Nicely done. All of the above is a solid answer.
How much % of water is fresh?
Perfect. 2.5 is the correct choice. The reason behind water shortage is on track. Both A and B is the correct answer. Oceans contain dash volume of water. Excellent choice. 96.5% is the right answer. A watershed is generally defined as. Smart pick. A geohydrological unit is the correct choice. What is the main freshwater source? Valid point. Rain is true. The subzone of zone of aeration is. You chose capillary zone, and it is correct.
How can we prevent water pollution?
Good thinking. Both the MB is the right answer.
Where the water on tap comes from?
Strong choice. Both A and B is the right answer. Flood management can be done with. Great thinking. All of the above is the right choice.
Which is the freshwater resource?
Correct. Rivers is the right answer. Water scarcity occurs due to dash. Nice selection. All of these is the correct and valid answer. Water is a what type of resource? Bravo. Renewable resource is the answer.
Why do we need to conserve water?
Correct response. It is limited is the most accurate answer. The main source of water cycle is. You got it. Your choice, sun, is right.
What is the other name for Earth?
Good job. Your answer both A and B works well here. Water bodies can be divided into. Good thinking. 2 types is the right answer. From where do cities get water? Bravo. Taps is the answer. How can households save water? You got it. Your choice, both A and B, is right.
What is the fee measured of?
Great job. How acidic or basic the water is the accurate answer. Name some resources of water. Excellent choice. Well, tube well, rivers, lakes, oceans, etc. is the right answer.
What are the benefits of dam?
Excellent. All of the above is a brilliant choice. An example of surface water. Right again. Ponds is a valid answer. Dams help to control dash. You chose flood, and it is correct. What are water resources? Nice work. You chose places from where we can obtain water, and it is correct. Wetlands are the form of. Nicely done. Surface water resources is a solid answer. Unworld Water Day is on. Well picked. March 22 is the correct answer. Water balance checks. Well reasoned. Flow and storage components is the correct choice. Water in an ocean is? Exactly. Saline makes sense, and it is right choice.
What is turbidity?
Nice selection. The clearness or cloudiness of the water is the correct and valid answer. What are aquifers? Smart move. Permeable rock layers storing water is an accurate answer.
Deep aquifers are?
Great thinking. Non-renewable sources is the right choice. Water scarcity is? You're right. Both are correct is the correct answer. Seawater is dash. Well done. Saline is the right choice. Dams cause dash. Correct response. Disruption of the ecosystem is the most accurate answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Right choice. Contact Narayan Chengder is the best answer.